So I owe Charlie an apology. His story was one of the first I shared 2 years ago when I was apparently rubbish at research. I'm no expert and I still make mistakes today, but just as a side note, don't always fall for those little green leaf hints on Ancestry, because that's exactly what happened here. I got how he was killed correct, sort of. I thought his wife did it, and I really made a mess of his son's story. So without further ado, here's the real story for the Jones family I'm 99% sure is accurate this time. Around the middle of March 1900, Charlie's sister-in-law, Laella, came to visit them in Madison from Lacona, New York. She decided to make them all some biscuits for dinner, but wasn't familiar with her sister's kitchen. Grabbing what she thought was baking powder, she grabbed a different white powder that turned out to be horse medicine with arsenic in it. No clue why you would keep that with the baking ingredients or why horse medication would need arsenic either. So I decided to ask my vet, and he said they commonly used it back then to improve their horse's stamina and appetite, which obviously didn't work. Either way, Charlie thought the biscuits were delicious and wolfed down a bunch of them. Charlie, his wife Lily, and sister-in-law Laella were very sick for the rest of the night. Luckily, the girls threw up repeatedly, but Charlie did not. A week later, on March 21st, 1900, Charlie died from the effects of arsenic poisoning at age 32. Around this time, his wife Lily became very sick with pulmonary tuberculosis. She and their son Howard moved to Smartville up near Sandy Creek to live with her parents. Lily became weaker and weaker until she died from the disease 7 years later in 1907 at age 29, leaving 12-year-old Harold an orphan. Fortunately, he was immediately adopted by his Aunt Laella and her husband, John Dungy. Harold grew up to become the freight agent for a local train station and was married to Miss Letta Howe of Pulaski in 1917. After suffering for 10 days, Harold passed away from influenza and pneumonia on December 20th, 1918, at the age of 23, just 2 months shy of their second wedding anniversary. His wife Letta would remarry, but not until 1949, to Robert Lodge from her hometown of Pulaski, and they would both live into their 90s.